Welcome, dear friend. In this video, I am going to guide you step by step how to set up Solana development environment to start developing Solana program. Majorly, this is a series and not continuation of the series on Solang Solidity for Solana development. So what it means is that I'm going to take you step by step to set up your development environment to be able to use Solang to develop Solidity smart contracts on Solana. But even if you are looking for development video to set up for Solana for Rust, or you understand all other ones that are integrated with Anchor and some things like that, then this video is still helpful for you. So don't take it away, just watch to the end, because a lot of the initial setup like the Solana CLI and some other things are also essential no matter the language you are using to develop. As long as you are developing on Solana, you will find this video very helpful. So if you are new here, I am Solomon Foske, founder of dProgrammingUniversity, where we create free Web3 development courses, deep dives, tutorials, guides, and at times we can also discuss non-technical Web3 content to help our audience better. So if this interests you, then make sure you subscribe, tap the notification bell, and start taking our free courses right in the website, dProgrammingUniversity.com. You see the link in the description so that I can start taking the courses. Now, before we move on to the full content, I have some disclaimer and disclosure for you. The disclosure is that this content, for us to keep having quality free content like this at times for you, we may invest, trade, or get compensated, or get a grant, get bounty for any of our content, including this on the Programming University. But we try our best to make sure to be as unbiased as we can possibly be. Now, the disclaimer is that every content I create or any of our team create now and in future, including this, are just for educational purpose only. They do not constitute financial advice. They do not constitute development advice. They do not, constitute investment advice into any of the projects we discussed about. So please always do your own research, and taking part or all of this content, you agree that you exempt us, or we are not liable at the Programming University for any losses that you may incur, and you take responsibility for your decision. Now, that being settled, let's move on. What I want to take you through is step by step how to set up Solana development environment, which is so essential. If you don't get your development environment right, I've been there. There are a lot of issues that will crop in that may frustrate you, especially as a beginner. Then considering this is part of Solang Solidity on Solana, Solidity for Solana development. So a lot of you will likely be, you are not actually, may not be new to development, and if you are new, you are also welcome. But you have been developing on Ethereum with Solidity, or you are totally new to Ethereum. So if you don't get this setup right, you will get frustrated, because I've experienced it. A lot of errors just keep popping up. I don't just know how to sort things until I went back again and fix all these basic steps. I'm going to take you step by step. Now, the first thing you want to do, you can, search for Solidity for Solana Development DPU, and you go to the ultimate guide. I have everything step by step for you. And sorry for any background noise, it's coming from the street, so very sorry for that. It's out of my own control. Now, once you go here, you have the full guide. You have the full guide where we are discussing about how Solang makes it possible for you to deploy your Solidity written smart contract on Solana as a native Solana program. So if you are new, you can go and watch the series. I took it from the beginning and following this guide which I wrote myself as well. So now we are moving to the 7, which is setting up Solang Solidity and Solana Development environment. So let's get started on that. Once again, sorry for any background noise. Hope it's manageable in case it's disturbing you. Now, yeah, let us get our hand directly into Solidity code for Solana powered by Solang and Anchor. So before we start setting up this, usually we have just 3 OS, popular OS, which is for developers like Windows, Mac, and Linux. So if you are a Windows user, by default, using the Windows PowerShell or something, you may have issue. So I will recommend for you to install or set up Windows system for subsystem for Linux. That's WSL. Install it and you won't have issue following this instruction. But if you don't, some things might not actually work. So, but if you're on Mac OS, then you don't have issue. I am on Linux, Ubuntu distro. So if you are also on Linux, then you can just follow as well. Now, the first thing you need to install is the Rust, and don't be scared. We are talking about series on Solidity coming to Solana. So, but because Solana core is built with Rust, and that's why Rust is the first programming language for Solana program or Solana smart contract. Before it started expanding to C, Python, and some other thing, and now Solidity. So because of that, before you can run a lot of things relating to Solana development environment, you will most times need Rust installed on your system. So, and these things are super easy to do. So it's not that we are writing any Rust code. So this is not Rust code track or what did I call it, guide or tutorial for you. So but you need it. So for you to do that, if you are already on the ultimate guide, you will go to the official Rust installation. I love to follow the official installation, because if I just give you a code now to input, by the time you will be watching this video in the future, it might already be outdated. So I prefer to just point and then guide. So you have it here. You can just copy this to run it on your Mac or Linux OS. So, and there are a lot of instruction for you, but I can tell you based on my experience, it is super easier for you to do. Just copy this and set it up, then you will have no issue on that. So that's the first thing you need to set up, which is Rust. Either you are planning to develop with Rust or Solidity like we are doing with Solang, you need it. And you want to use Anchor or something for Solana development. Now, the next one you will need is the Solana. No, you need Node.js. Yeah, you need Node.js. You wonder why? Because we'll be using things like TypeScript and some other things like that in the Anchor full project, because all those things would have been set up for you. If you don't know what Anchor is, you have learned about it as well. It's a framework that makes it super easy, abstract away a lot of basic technical things you would have need to set up when developing on Solana. So previous video I've break it down for you. That's why you should make sure you watch all the series in this if you are starting out to build Solidity on Solana blockchain, and make sure you subscribe. Need help, head straight to our Discord and ask for help. Also, you can ask in the video comment, but the best place to get solid help is right in the Discord. I've already created a dedicated Solana section channel in the Discord, so go and check it out and read through the ultimate guide as well. So right here we have the Node.js, which if you have develop with anything JavaScript. Is like a JavaScript framework that help you to run JavaScript, apart from being inside browser, natively inside your terminal system and things like that. So we need to install this. The same thing, you go to the official, the link is already here. When you get there, currently you can see the current version. You will see 2 versions there. I will always advise you take the LTS, long time support, because this will not break easily. But this one is like latest. A lot of things have been tested and a lot of things might break. So usually you are okay with the long term support, and depending on when you are watching, it might not be this. So whichever it is, that's why I'm pointing you to the actual official. Whatever you see here that is LTS, I recommend that's what you should install, and just follow. Once you click it like this, now you see it want to install it, so you can follow the instruction to have it installed. Then the third thing we need to install in the process of setting up our Solana development environment is to install what is called Solana ToolSuite. So you might have heard about Solana CLI, but this ToolSuite goes beyond the CLI. So I think previously it was just called Solana CLI, but maybe the core developer of Solana decided to give it that Solana ToolSuite. Once again, sorry for any background noise coming from the neighborhood. Now, for you to do the essence of that Solana ToolSuite is it comes with what we need majorly here, which is Solana CLI and Solang CLI. That's what compile and make it possible for us to develop Solidity smart contract and deploy it as native Solana program or Solana blockchain. So we need these 2 things, and they are part of those things bundled into this Solana ToolSuite. There are other things, but these are the major 2 things that we need for this going forward. Now, how do you install this? We have the official ToolSuite installation guide as well. If you click through the ultimate guide, you will see it here. You can see for macOS, Linux, Windows. For example, for me, all I just had to do is to copy this and pull up my terminal. So you can see, pull up my terminal. If you're on Linux, paste, that's it, and install it. So I already have it installed, and this usually we install the latest version. That's why it's always good you go to the official page, because presently this Solana blockchain cluster is on version 1.16, but the mainnet is actually running, I think, version 1.14 mainnet beta. So but this is what you will get actually, and it's good to have the latest for development, because this is for development. We are working actually on development environment first. So you put this, you install it, and you have everything installed. And if it tells you to set up some development part environment, just follow it. Will output a particular instruction for you. Once it's installed, you can put it, but if it doesn't output it, then you are good to go. And another thing is, I observe my own experience with this is, you may at times after installing the Solana ToolSuite need to restart your system entirely, because what I noticed is after I installed it, since I got that part issue that okay, install, I set it up, and then I noticed that it doesn't still work when I close this particular terminal. So closing it and reopening another one may sort it for you. But in case you close it after installing and then try to confirm if it has been installed and is not, then you should reboot your system entirely. So we'll still see how do you confirm it. Let's go back. you will see how you confirm the installation, but that still give me a kind of this to give you the difference between Solana mainnet, DivNet and testnet, which you can read about here, and I think I will also still try to put a kind of a mini video on it. But you can see that majorly the mainnet is for real money, the DivNet is for fake money and for development, and the testnet also is for development but more for core developers. So now, how do you now test to know if this is working? Which moves us to how to create a wallet, because if you want to use this Solana development tool, which is the Solana CLI, you need to have a wallet. Just like when you are on Ethereum, you can't deploy a smart contract without a wallet. So you also need a wallet, which is Solana account, a wallet for you to actually deploy. So, but before you do that, let's try and confirm if this has actually installed. Let's go back. Once you come to your terminal and paste or put Solana version and enter, it should be able to tell you, you can see it, and this was actually the latest version we installed from here. If you look here, version 1.16. once again, any background noise, please manage it with me, sorry for that. Now we have it installed, you can see it. So once you see this, after you put this off, but if there is error, I told you, reboot your system. Without seeing this, you cannot move ahead. A lot of error, you'll be getting a lot of error trying to deploy your smart contract or build out or do some things. So the next step you need to do is, now like I said, we need to create a wallet. For you to do that, you need you copy it from the guide, go back to your terminal, you can just paste or you type it, Solana -key gen -new generate new key. So refusing to override, you can see that said I already have. So if I wanted to override, I will have to use this first flag. But for you, it's your first time, so it will create it and keep it something around id.json and give you the output of that wallet. It will give you the wallet address, then also give you the secret seed phrase. Please don't expose that seed phrase. Copy it, keep it somewhere. And another good thing about the Solana CLI is that it will always help you sign and do all those things. It will always take your key and everything. So all the time you don't need to put key or something like that once you have connected the wire. It's just like when you are using Ethereum with like MetaMask development, you know, you have already set up your key with your wallet through MetaMask. So if you are using things like IDE, the online IDE like Remix, once you connect your wallet, all the time when you want to sign, you don't need to go and be entering your key. It just asks you to sign. So it's the same thing that happens here. So that's why you see it giving me that error, that it refused to override it without me actually specifying. So good security for that, so that I don't mistakenly do that. So once you have that, move to the next thing. The next stage under still the Solana tool, which is the third tool you have installed, is that we need to have SOL in our wallet to pay for the fee. On Ethereum, you know, as usual, you will pay. If you're on Ethereum testnet, you will know that you have to have the testnet Ethereum to pay. So the same thing, you have to have the testnet, which is free SOL, for you to pay. So for you to have that, you need to run airdrop, so which is Solana airdrop. It can be between, based on my own experience, let me share, you can run between Solana airdrop 1 to Solana airdrop 4. Anything beyond 4, like 5, will tell you that you have gone beyond max request per time. So I usually try to take, so most tutorial or guide or video, you will see them just using 1 or 2 just because of what is in the guide. But because I started working on a lot of testing to bring helpful video like this for you. So if you are finding it helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, tap the notification bell, and head straight to our Discord for any support, as I'm taking time to explain this in depth for you. So you can request this, and usually I think maybe 2-3 hours, or let's say 6 hours, within 2-3 to 6 hours you can request for another one. So those testing I'm doing consume a lot, because most time when you are setting up, we have learned under account model, you want to set up a smart contract, which is a Solana program. Usually it divide them into data and account and program account, executable and non-executable account. So because of that, most time that other account, data account, we need so it may take up to 2 so or 3 so or so, depending on your smart contract. So that's why I had to always do this frequently, to have enough. So anytime I want to develop, it's not then that you don't want to develop and discover you don't have enough. So for you to do that, let's try it out. So we come here, we paste it. I told you can use between 1 to 4. Let's try 5. You see what I'm saying? You see balance on change. So it said I should run this flag. If I run this flag, it will tell me that the something is too much. So let's just change it to 4. That's the max I've seen. This can happen maybe because I've run this already. So that's why you should avoid running anything below 4. If 4 fail, try 2, try 3, try 2. So that's the something I think is not allowing me for now. Maybe it said have it, or let me just try to use 3. Cool. So you have it now. So probably because I've hit the something before, that's why I said so. In case the 4 is not working, you can always try below. So 1 to 2 or 3. So 3, you can see the balance. This is not a real so you can't spend it. It's not a real money. It's just for development. So I had to have it because I've started trying, and that's why in future I'll likely be bringing you more real life solid smart contracts developed with Solidity deployed on Solana. So if you want, subscribe, tap notification bell, like, share the video as well. So that's it. Now let's continue. The next thing you want to check, we now have a so you are ready in terms of Solana CLI. Remember, this thing installed 2 things that we majorly need from whatever it has installed. We also need Solang CLI. That Solang, you remember, is what the track we're discussing about, using it that help us compile Solidity for it to work as a Solana native program or native smart contract. So we need it, and good that is already bundled into that Solana tool suite, so we don't need to install it separately. So how do you check that? Once we have the airdrop now, let's also go Solang, copy this and paste. So you can see it now, say Solang version. So depending on when you are watching, the version will be different, but it will always give you the latest version of Solang as well. So you can see it, and we have Solang. With this now, we have installed Rust, we have installed Node.js. The third we install is Solana tool suite, which now have 2 things, other things, but the 2 major things we are concerned is a Solana CLI, which we use to create wallet that we'll be using for deployment. Then we also need so, and we use the airdrop something to command to create it. Now we have confirmed the Solang is also installed, so we are ready to go. Remaining one more thing to maybe some, but when it comes to the main development environment, then we have that working with Solana. You will likely want to use Anchor, which we'll be using to make the development much easier for you to do that, you can as well visit the, I think the official guide is here. Yeah, so once you get in here, you see they try to tell you install Rust, then Solana, then create wallet. Then you will also need like Yarn for this, so you can install Yarn to go ahead and follow. Then once you have all those things installed, I already have Yarn already because I developed well in JavaScript, React and TypeScript and all those things before. So now, once you have this installed, to install the Anchor, you can install Anchor two ways. You can install Anchor framework directly, or you use AVM, Anchor version manager. I prefer the AVM because what it does is that it allows me to manage multiple. For example, if I'm working on a repo now, a project, maybe I clone a project, Anchor project, and the Anchor demand me to use a old version. It will be difficult for me, installing or something, but this one helped me have multiple versions at the same time, and then per each project I want to use, I can specify the specific version that work with that project well. So that's based on the experience I have with Node.js using Node version manager. So you can follow the instruction to install it, and if you like, you can just install it directly. Just follow the instruction, everything is here. You can always switch. So it's so recommended. You can say I recommend the VM. And once you are done, how do you confirm it's installed? You also put in this, so you can see it, AVM version is installed, and at the same time you can as well confirm your Anchor, because once you install it, you will use the instruction here to install the Anchor. You can see, just say AVM install latest, and then it will install the latest version. So anytime you can say, okay, use the latest version or use specific version. So those are advantages you get over just installing Anchor directly without the AVM, but it's choice anyway, just sharing my personal experience. So let's check here. You can always get into the dedicated Solana channel on the dProgrammingUniversity Discord to ask support for any of our guide on Solana related. So you can see it now that we now have all these things well installed. Solana 2 suite, install Solana CLI with latest version. We are able to get the airdrop, create wallet, then get airdrop for us. We also check the Solana version as well, confirmed. Solang also installed. Yeah, we created the wallet. I was looking for the command. With this, then we need the wallet to be having free, so we airdrop. Then the next, we confirm that Solang is installed, which we have the Anchor, which is the fourth major thing we have installed. The first one, once again, is Rust, followed by Node.js, then followed by Solana 2 suite, which contain Solana CLI and the Solang latest version we need for our Solidity compiler. Then the fourth one we installed is the Anchor, either the AVM that we now use to install the Anchor directly, and we have it, both of them here as well. So now we need to move on. Before we move to the full development, which will be the next course in this series, we'll now be installing the code editor. You can decide anyone you are using, Atom or whatever. I prefer VS Code, so it work on any of these OS. You can install. We also have the official link already in the full guide, which you can always go to search for Solidity for Solana Development DPU and go to the ultimate guide on the dProgrammingUniversity. You land there and everything is already well outlined for you. You can always go back up, and in the outline you can see it. I think we are here, Solang code editor, yeah, and with the help of that you can always just swap straight to wherever you want to go. So Now install that, the VS Code. You can see any of the latest version, install it for your OS. Once you have it, the next thing you want to do is to install for this extension. So this extension help you to link and do a lot of things with Solang. So it's just like when you use VS Code, like you are using JavaScript, HTML, Python, all those things. Each of them have their own kind of extension that help you, link and organize those code very well. So this what you will need. I light a lot of things for you to make it easy for you to write Solang based Solidity code for Solana. So you have it. Just look for it on your VS Code. And now you have your VS Code installed. Go here under this icon. This is the extension icon, or Ctrl Shift X or Command Shift X on Linux or Windows. Then Command Shift X on I think macOS. So if you come here now, just search for Solang. Yeah, so this is it. You see it is enabled already. So you have it installed. It will help you see Solidity compiler. So you have this installed. Once you have that installed, then there's another one extra you may want to set up because of Anchor, which is called Toml, Toml. So later you will see for you to, because Anchor is like .tom file, Anchor config file, so it will also help you. You can install that as well. So I think I have it as well, or it's even getting deprecated or something. This is like beta tom or something. Maybe the alternative, you see, to even better tom. So maybe you look for that and install it. So once you are done with that, that's it. The next thing is, which is will be the next video, where we'll now build your first smart Solidity smart contract on Solana blockchain powered by Solang and Anchor. So if you are excited to see it, let me know in the comment, like, share this video, because these things are not easy to put together, and the more this gets shared, the more we also get opportunity to get partnership and support to continue to create these things for you free. So please like, share, subscribe, add also to the Discord, and share your social media as well. If you have any question, I'll be there to provide support for you. Just head straight to Solana, our channel in the Discord, and as well, if you need, you can search for the article on Solidity for Solana Development DPU. Go to the ultimate search or link in the description. That's it for this Solana development environment setup. Like I said, it is useful for you even if you are not actually developing for Solidity on Solana. It's a lot of these things are basic things you need to set up for, even you want to use Anchor and those things for Rust or that one. So that's it. I remain Solomon Foske. Please always do good to humanity and nature with your programming and coding skill, and not evil, to make the world a better place for us all to live. Now, I will see you in the next video. Till then, always remember to keep the programming spirit high and alive. Peace and bye.